Hello Leo, Leo Rising, and of course all of you Leo Moon people out there. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting January, almost said February, because I wrote February up there, January 27th, 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or of course you may also just simply follow the links below. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology over the course of this coming week? Well, on Monday, overnight into Tuesday, we've actually got Venus, planet of love, affection, harmony, favor, popularity, in Pisces, your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy, conjunct Neptune, Pisces ruler, and the planet of spirituality, depth, illusions, wish fulfillment, fantasy, and all things mystical. And when we have Venus conjunct Neptune, we have a gift being given to us that could actually be very expansive when it comes to a spiritual journey, or maybe even a romantic experience that carries a very strong and deep spiritual resonance to it. This could absolutely be something that is blossoming up through an intimate encounter of some kind, something that happens between you and a partner, or maybe you and somebody new. But with Venus conjunct Neptune, it's also important to understand that this is also an experience of walking in almost like a different reality with a partner in this sense. It doesn't always have to be reserved to intimacy, but we're really actually clearing a lot of self-imposed veils, walls, boundaries, and restrictions, and we're actually able to go into a space or a sensibility that is completely clear and free of all density, distortion, and blockages. Now, with Venus conjunct Neptune, this can also be intensely stimulating and intensely inspiring, but we want to make sure that we respect what this energy is, because sometimes when it happens in the 8th house, there can be a temptation to use it as a supplement or even treat it like a drug. And we certainly don't want it to go in that direction. We want to keep it something that is pure in its intent, not a crutch. This can also be actually a very, very nice shift for a lot of you when it comes to maybe your personal business or a work project. Because with Venus conjunct Neptune, this could also indicate the gift of a door or an experience being opened up for you by somebody who wants to actually see you excel and grow. This might seem like a handout, or possibly even somebody enticing you and incentivizing you to break away from a mold or a norm. See what you can do to make it happen. When it comes to Tuesday and Wednesday, well, we've got Mars, planet of action, passion, and energy, in your 5th house of love, romance, and your relationships with your children, forming a square to that Neptune in your 8th house. Now, Mars is all about knocking down walls when he's in the 5th house. He is all about trying to bring people closer together, but also start solving problems. Now, in this case, it does look like a mystery, or perhaps even something that has been maybe cloaked, diminished, or maybe reduced, that is actually maybe a bigger challenge or more important priority than people have been making it, is suddenly starting to become more apparently so what it really is. Again, something that deserves more of our prompt attention. And this could be something going on in a relationship, an existing current relationship, or maybe again with somebody new, or our personal taste in people. This can also show up here as it relates to our children. Say hello to Rambo. As it relates to our children, and possibly something that we've been trying to maybe actually deal with our children, but in a subtle way, possibly far too subtle to be effective. In a lot of cases with Neptune in the 8th house, there could also be some secret challenges that maybe a partner or a child has been going through that actually compete with another priority, but do need to come out to be assessed. Make sure you're ready to take that on. So before we move on to the cards, I do want to remind everybody that if you are ever looking for a certain video, or you have a question that falls into the frequently asked questions category, such as how do I find my video, or what video should I be watching, my signs are this, 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 and this, or what does it mean when these cards are reversed, or numbers, or anything like that, If you look in the down bar below this video, I've answered all those questions. And then I've also given answers to questions nobody's asking, but maybe you should. So maybe take some time over the course of this week to binge a little bit, because you will be finding the answers to all of those questions, again, in the links in the down bar below. I just want to remind everyone I am, at least at the time of recording this video and petting this cat, that I am a one-man show, and so it's not always easy for me to go back and handle the comments and the questions and keep, reassessing everyone's individual situation. So it's important that maybe, again, I give myself an opportunity to show you how I would do it when I did. And that way you'll know how to do it for yourself as well. So what's going on when it comes to your cards? Well, for your spiritual themes, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. And again, there is this big focus on, well, maybe dealing with aesthetic and bringing in a little bit more sensibility of the moral and the spiritual. Because with the King of Pentacles reversed, we do have a very successful energy. This is absolutely a card still of wealth, of even opulence, a bit of a focus on, again, success and drive. The King of Pentacles reversed is a very highly motivated card, but with the King of Pentacles reversed, it's also a warning, something that we need to correct, something that we need to pay attention to that's gotten out of balance. Perhaps something is actually leaning too much on the polarity of the aesthetic appearances, or maybe catering to sensibilities that are not natural to us, but advantageous when it comes to the rise to prominence, whether it's social, financial, or whatever you've got going on. We have a warning here to see where we can catch ourselves, possibly delaying or slowing down our personal growth or our own personal ascension or evolution into the lifestyle we want to live, because we may be getting stuck in doing things according to, again, a sensibility that's got nothing to do with us, whether it's because of what's going on with our company, the corporate culture of the organization we work for, the audience, or maybe the customer base that we serve. Sometimes there's a chance that with the King of Pentacles reversed, something deep has the risk of becoming far too damn shallow, and it's time to actually turn that around, and you'll have your chance to do so this week. On the influx energy, well, we've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And it's time to be paying attention to, well, are people who they say they are. Because with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, in a lot of cases, when it comes to the influx, we'll be noticing who is telling the whole truth about what they're capable of. I don't feel often that the Queen of Pentacles is somebody that is not telling the whole truth because they're trying to be deceptive or they're trying to be manipulative. But in a lot of cases, they're trying to give themselves a chance to grow into a role that they aspire to have without doing the proper work, without trying to do the proper training, without having actually developed the skill, the power, as well as the capability to actually hold that energy and do it justice. And we might be finding that about people in our lives this week, whether they're family members, friends, co-workers, collaborators, because the Queen of Pentacles reversed ultimately has high hopes, but not a whole lot of work ethic or skill at that point in time. And we have to see what we're doing with that. Are we quietly indulging it? Are we letting a person possibly fake their way through very important processes that tell us whether or not somebody is qualified or not? Maybe they have the aesthetic. I remember one time, a couple of years ago, somebody asked me if I was a certified tarot reader, and I said, no, I'm not certified. A certification is not necessary in tarot. And they almost wanted to kind of pick a row with me or start a row with me over that because they felt very slighted by that. You know, they had just spent a year working really hard to get this tarot certification to learn how to do tarot. And I said, well, okay, but tarot certifications are a relatively new thing. That's not actually how it's done, or at least that's not how it's being done. I'm not saying that certifications are bad. I'm just saying I don't have one. And, you know, even though I've only been on YouTube since 2013, I've been actually reading and practicing since 1997. So what's more important? The training, the experience, the work, the exercise, or the piece of paper that shows you took a course? And with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, sometimes we have to see, well, where does a person have a certain status, a certain sensibility, or a certain qualification in name, or again, in maybe physical evidence only, but not necessarily in terms of history and in terms of, you know, an actual life experience. You'll be seeing a lot of that going on over the course of the next week. When it comes to your outflux, what's going away, we have the Devil card upright. And with the Devil card upright, a lot of you are going to be very happy to see this disappearing, because we actually start to see a lot of problematic elements in our life start to drift out. They make themselves known, but they also disappear. Now, this can also indicate a bit of a mystery. Sometimes we might find that people or maybe projects are falling by the wayside. They're kind of dissipating before our very eyes. We might not necessarily have all the context in the beginning. And it's not necessarily a cause for concern, though, because with the Devil card going away, we have somebody that's actually slowing a project down, slowing a process down, blocking maybe the evolution or the growth of a relationship or a connection, or maybe, again, a personal experience you're trying to get off the ground, disappearing. Whether or not you actually see the imp or the devil or the person or whatever it is go away and walk out that door, you will actually be having a lot of days this week where problematic elements are just not there overnight. Enjoy it. When it comes to your material wealth and your material concerns, we do have the Four of Wands in reverse. And with the Four of Wands in reverse, there seems to be a setup to a new accomplishment, or we're actually building on finally a new opportunity to get a great sense of accomplishment or accomplish a major long-term goal. Now, this could be financial or professional. With the Four of Wands reversed, it's at its beginning stages. It's at the setup. When I do my tarot home study course, I tell my students and the people who are watching the videos, I think of the Four of Wands reversed as sort of the setup before a major celebration or a major occasion. It's like setting up all of the props and all of the decorations for a wedding reception, right? We have to get the cooking ready. We've got to set the tables. That's what the Four of Wands reversed is all about. And when we go into your material concerns, you're starting to see something build up in a direction that maybe you didn't think it was already time for. This accomplishment could absolutely change the way you actually do your work henceforth, or quite possibly, again, create a new no going back point or accomplishment here very, very soon, as things are finally starting to actually get constructed and built up for you. So, very, very nice to see there. For your external, what's going on in the outside world, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And this is about friends and relatives. And again, I'm seeing a bit of an interesting pressure. I'm also kind of flabbergasted by the sight of 3 of the 4 Pentacle court cards all reversed in your spread. And with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, we do see a situation where, again, I guess you could say a microcosm version of the King of Pentacles reversed energy happening in your own social life. Now, this could absolutely happen where a person might be, asking you to take time away from important things in your life, your love life, your family life, your friendship life, all in the name of ambition, in the name of drive, but for who and for what exactly? Are we just fanboys and fangirls for fancy cars and fancy apartments? Because that's sometimes what the Knight of Pentacles reverse can often do, is they maybe don't necessarily know what they want, so they think they just want the precious, expensive thing. In a lot of cases, this can also be a warning against hard work, just for its own sake, is taking you off your own path. And I'm actually feeling with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, a lot of you Leo people are going to need to see where quite possibly there is something going on, almost like a moment where your own personal fulfillment, this wonderful Four of Wands reversed, could actually be threatened by the temptation to actually follow ambition for its own sake. Remember, it has to be wholesome and to yourself be true. It cannot just be doing it just to get celebrity status. I wonder how I feel about that. For your relationships, when it comes to romance, well, we've actually got the Ten of Cups upright. And all of a sudden, we have the material manifestation of some kind of major relationship dream aspiration, very much like we saw with the Venus conjunct Neptune energy. Because with the Ten of Cups, we are actually seeing something that is coming to life, something that we may have actually put on a goal, a goal sheet, we've journaled it, maybe it's on a plan, a vision board, an agenda, whether it's you're doing it for finding new love, or it's something that you and a partner have already been trying to work on. There is a material manifestation. You're actually watching something blossom and come forth into being. And with the Ten of Cups, there is a happily ever after to a long story that you and a partner, or maybe just you alone in your own love life, have been actually living, possibly going back even a couple of years. With the Ten of Cups upright, this absolutely brings an opportunity to expand on our romantic priorities as well. A lot of you may be deciding that it's time to think about expanding into a new living situation, maybe even expanding on your families. The Ten of Cups, for those of you who are single and looking, are finding that, yes, there will be most likely an opportunity for love and romance of somebody that is actually, again, a very much perfect match to something that you have been holding in your own vibration, something that you've been holding in your own frequency. And this is something that is coming for you to actually explore. It's like you've made your wish, here it is. Your package has been delivered. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hey, you all know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session, just go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.